I'm just excited today. Mm-hmm. How are you? How are you today? How are you today? How are you all doing today? And it's Tuesday night already, guys. And we are almost halfway there, halfway to the end of the week. Where are you connecting from? How are you doing? Where are you connecting from? How are you all doing today? Where are you? Okay. Where are you? Hello, hello. Keep showing up. Hello, how are you all doing today? And do let me know where you are connecting from. I am in Texas here. Texas here. So, in case you are in the Texas neighborhood, Texas in the United States, let me know the country, the state, the city where you're connecting from. How are you? And I'm doing my hair, right? How are you all doing today? It's Tuesday already. It's Tuesday, and you can hear my voice. I hope my voice sounds good. I hope my voice sounds good because I've been a little bit under the weather. The weather is not dealing with me nicely. How are you all doing? Happy Wednesday, happy Tuesday. Awesome. Let me know where you're connecting from. Let me know where you're connecting from. I am here in Texas. I'm connecting from Texas in the United States. Let me know where you're connecting from. The other day we had some beautiful places, people from beautiful places. Like, we had people, someone was from Iraq. I did have somebody join from India, and all of that. It's just been an amazing journey meeting different people. I personally have been to 22 beautiful countries. I've been to, all of the continents in the world. I've been to, so that's why when I say, where are you connecting from? Hello, welcome, welcome. Where are you connecting from? I am here in Texas, United States. Consider subscribing. We talk about money matters. We talk about, it's all about your improvement, my improvement. Consider subscribing in this community. Consider being a part of this community. Let me know where you're connecting from. I am in Texas. Let me know where. Hello, 67. I see you. Welcome back again. Thank you all for joining. Consider subscribing if you have not. Let me know where you're connecting from. And let's keep showing up. Let's keep showing up. Right? Where are you connecting from? Subscribe if you have not. Consider doing that because it just New York. Welcome, welcome. I love New York. I am in Texas in the United States. I like to start with this because I love to meet two different people. I've been to 22 countries and I might just be in your country sometime in very soon and we might just be able to hang out. It's just, it's always good to know that I have family anywhere in the world and I can always hang out with you. So I am Dr. Lina. Let me know all the way from Texas, United States. Let me know where you're connecting from, right? Consider subscribing if you haven't. It just helps because I have long form videos, short form videos that would help you. So consider subscribing. But where are you connecting from? So I have 6-7 that's been here for a couple of weeks. I think this is the third or fourth time, that's been a part of this community. 6-7. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. 6-7. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and thank you it's always a pleasure to have you here. Now I know you're in New York. The next time I pop in New York, I will just let you know that I am in New York. And then we can have a couple of drinks together, Maybe I'm not a coffee drinker, maybe smoothie. But yeah, that's what it's all about. That's family, right? That is family. What part of New York are you? My late aunt, we used to live in the Seagate, right? Seagate. I think that's Seagate in New York. So that was the last time that I've been in New York, but I plan to come to New York. Yeah. Yeah, I plan to be in it. Thank you so much for the hats. Thank you for the. Is that my friend that is here? Thank you so much for all of the hats. Thank you, thank you. 6-7, thank you. And today we're still talking about something amazing. Let me know where you're all connecting from. I'm in Texas. By the way, 6-7, whenever you're in Texas, let me know. Let me know. I probably can be your driver, be your chauffeur, try to drive you around, but know that you have family here in Texas, which is Dr. Lina. So welcome all here. Welcome all here. Happy to have you as a part of this family. Tyson Jr. Gillian. Hi, welcome. Where are you connecting from? I had somebody connect from Iraq. Can you imagine? So I now have a family in Iraq that we can talk about, things that are very important. My day is beautiful. How is your day, Tyson Jr.? How is your day? Yes, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. We are a family here. We are a community here. Our goal is to grow. Our goal is to win together. Okay, yes. Where are you connecting from, Tyson? If you care to share. I am in Texas. I asked because I'm in Texas, and just to know, I have been to 22 countries. This is not trying to brag or anything, but I just love to travel, and that's the part of the motivation why I always work hard, why I always talk about investing, why I always want to make more money, because I always think about wealth from the perspective of health wealth, money wealth, time wealth, freedom to live life at your own time. Or I love Ohio. You know why I love Ohio? My first organization straight out of college is one organization that I love a lot, which is Procter & Gamble, and is headquartered at Ohio, Cincinnati, right? And Ohio is one of the states that is very good, when you want to invest in real estate. I heard that is also a good real estate investing states, just like similar to there's some. Thank you so much for all of the hats. Thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. So I have Tyson meets 6-7, and 6-7 is from New York, and just subscribe to the community as well. And 6-7 meet Tyson, so you have another family member here in Ohio. And then you have, of course, Dr. Lina all the way from Texas. 3 days ago, I think we had somebody come join all the way from Iraq. I had somebody join all the way from India. Can you imagine? So I have beautiful families all over the world. And guess what? I like to travel, so I might just be in your city or in your country, and then I am hanging out with you. 6-7, what's your favorite vacation? My favorite vacation, I like, anywhere there's water, you'll find Dr. Lina there. I like peace. I like calmness. I like peace. So the best vacation I've had, I would say two of them. One is Bora Bora. Bora Bora is probably something that a lot of people don't know. It's somewhere in French Polynesia. It took us like 24 hours all the way from California to the city. Then we got another short plane that took us an hour, and then we had to get a boat because it's one of those boats, is one of those bungalows on water, so like in Maldives, right? But this is more premium than it's the premium version. I don't know, do you know? It's called Bora Bora. It's called Bora Bora. That's what it is. You can Google it. It's where you have 120 shades of blue. There's been volcanoes, so the water is right in the middle. You have so many shades of blue in there. It's so beautiful. So anything that there's water, you find me there. But Bora Bora was a good one. And then I've also been to where is this place? Where there's F1, where they do F1. Where I'll remember. So I also like Japan. I was in Japan in July during summer, right? I was in Japan during summer. So I went to Tokyo. We went to Tokyo. We went to Hiroshima. We went to we went to Osaka, we went to Arashiyama, and we went to I remember the last one. We went to like 4 cities. We were there for like 12, 13 days, right? Because my cousin was also turning 50. And yes, another place that I really loved was Monaco. I enjoyed, every city has got what it presents, right? It's so beautiful. Every city has got what it presents. So consider subscribing if you have not. Here I talk about, this is Money Talk with Dr. Lina, right? All about, we talk about money, but then I am not one of those people that talk about money and tells you that, oh, do personal finance and don't enjoy yourself or whatever. I tell you, they have a little bit of delayed gratification, and then you are able to now live the lifestyle to fund the lifestyle. Yes, absolutely, to fund the lifestyle. So why do I want to make money, or why do I work hard, or why do I make sure that it's not me, it's not my 9 to 5, it's not all of this work that I do that fund my lifestyle. I don't do that. It's the investing, what I do with my money. So it's like my baby money. So think about it. I work 9 to 5. They give me a paycheck, right? They give me paycheck. Remember, 9 to 5, I cannot get that again. Somebody traded that, took that time from me, and they gave me money in return. What do I do? Because of that, right? I basically just take that money. I call it a seed money, because it's my life that has been taken from me that can never be regained. Like, imagine today, you probably have worked 8-hour shift or 9 hours, or, you probably have done that today. That can never be regained again, right? So, but instead of me using that money, maybe they have paid me $400 today, and I'm just trying to turn on music. Instead of me trying to spend all of that money today, maybe they paid me $300 today, for instance. I take that money, right? I take it and I go and invest, right? I go and invest. That's what my favorite show is on. Hi, hello, Toby. Hello, Toby Dyson. Welcome. And I was just, I have my other friends. I also have another New Yorker, East Coast, which is Tyson, which is 6'7". 6'7" is also here from New York. 6'7" mixed to be Daisy. Is a regular here, right? Is a regular here. God bless you. Is a regular here. Is going to ask you all of the question. Is all from New York. So we are a community. I want to know you. I'm in Texas. The next time I'm in your city, and I was just telling Tyson from Ohio, he was just asking, or she was just asking, what is my favorite vacation spot? And I said, wherever there's water. And I just talked about what's it called? Yes, 6'7". Yes. See, this thing is playing trick on me. Remember Toby Daisy? I told you this whatever. I think I need to just cover it up, right? I need to cover it up, because it just shows that there is 1 person or 0 person. But how can I have 6'7"? How can I have Toby Daisy? How can I have Tyson Jr. that is here, and then he still says that So sorry in case I might feel that you're not here. It's just playing tricks on me, but that's fine. So I know Toby would always do those taps, or give those just to let me know that I am still here. But good to let us, please kindly subscribe if you have not, right? Kindly subscribe. I want to just know where you all are connecting from. So good. I have a new family from Ohio, right? 6'7". I have 67. I have Toby Daisy, who is a regular. His favorite show is here, right? And he was going to ask all of the questions, by the way. Yeah, he is from New Jersey. And I do have Tyson, who is from New York, right? Yeah, I hope I did not mix. 67 is from New York. Tyson is from Ohio, right? 3 days ago, I had somebody join all the way from Iraq. Can you imagine, right? And we're just talking about why do I think about money, right? Why do I want to make money? I do not, whenever I trade my time for money, right? Whenever I trade my time for money, that money must work for me. I make sure that, thank you so much for the ads. Thank you for sharing the life, so that we can have more people learn this, and we can have more family members. So to be Daisy meets 67, 67 meets to be Daisy, Tyson meets to be Daisy is in New York, 67 meet. You guys probably can even hang out because New Jersey is just right next to New York, right? And I was just talking about beautiful places that I've visited, right? I said I've been to 22 countries, beautiful places that I've visited. Bora Bora, hands down. I would always say that if there's any place that you want to visit, and if you like water like me, Bora Bora was simply amazing. It can be a little bit pricey, so it's that's you giving yourself a treat, of course, but you have worked hard for it, you have invested it, and your investment is feeding that lifestyle, right? You have put it in, you have worked hard, you put the money, you put it in simple ETFs. Now this ETF has gone up or it has paid the dividends. You are now taking some of those dividends returns, you are now using it to buy those vacation, right? Which is part of the reason why I do invest, and the reason why I do what I do, because I love nice things. I want to have a good life. I am not, money is one side. If you have not found out, best life ever. 67, thank you. I'm trying to put some energy. I am not this like bubbly, but I am also trying to like show up and see, give a little bit of myself. If you Money Talk with Dr. Lina is one channel, and if you care to also look, there's also the other channel that I'm building up, which is Lifestyle with Dr. Lina. Money Talk with Dr. Lina is one, Lifestyle with Dr. Lina is another. Because I often say that when you make money, my own money, when I make money, my goal is not to oppress others. My goal is not to impress others. My goal is for myself. My goal of making money is to give quality life for myself. Enjoy this one life that I have, right? But then I know that when I have to work 9 to 5 consistently from age 25 to age 20 to 65, there's no way I can have that to the fullest. So Lifestyle with Dr. Lina is almost about, which I just started by the way, is also on YouTube, is on Instagram, and on TikTok as well. So it's not your salary that makes you rich, it's your spending habit. Absolutely, right? The fact that you can save it, you see, Toby is already part of this community and knows everything, getting to know it and teaching others. So the basic thing is that 9 to 5, when you work, you want to keep that money, right? You spend I always say that keep as much as 50% of that income. That 50%, right, you now invest it, right? That 50% that you keep, because you are keeping your spending habits low. Like Toby said, you have the salary. Remember, that life, that 9 to 5 today, you cannot get that life back again. It's already gone. Seated in front of a laptop or doing a particular job or something, you cannot get it back again. They have given you money for that life of yours. Now, so what do? You would cherish it, because I see time as money, time as life. That's why they are paying you. So when they pay you that money, you now take the money, you invest it, you call it a seed money, because it's your blood, it's your life. Take 50% of it and invest it. When you invest it in simple ETF, because you want to put it in places that are safe, right, but still generating income. So simple ETFs like like S&P 500, like VO, QQQ, SCHD, right? If you put it there, right? Are you familiar? Put one in the comment section. 67. Yeah. What's your dream vacation? Okay, to be Daisy, somebody else is asking this question. My dream vacation. I think I already have my dream vacation, right? I think I already have my, it's basically that Bora Bora. Bora Bora was just simply amazing. It was simply amazing. It's, when they say 120 something, 120 shades of blue. So if you really like water, I like serenity, I like peace. So when you wake up in the morning, look, so for instance, I will come out of my balcony right on top of the water, and I can see all the way. I can see the stingray. I can see the fishes, the color fishes swimming right there. Right there. I can even see it right there. And then I can see the mountains, because it's almost like, because there was a volcano, right? So it has like these hills. So you see the hills, it's so quiet and it's so peaceful. I like so much peace. I like so much peace. I like quietness. I don't like parties, right? I like calmness, right? I mean, maybe because I'm a doctor as well. Maybe that's the reason, but my personality, it's just in the DNA. My parents are also like that. We don't like, I don't, so I like peace. So Bora Bora, yes, is one. Maybe do it. If I have to, I'll do it all over again. I've been to places like, I've been to Monaco. Even though Monaco is one of the cities, like one of the most expensive. Is it expensive? The richest, where the millionaires are, billionaires are. That's Monaco. I've been into that city, and I was in the center. My favorite was Cincinnati. I got to pet sharks and stingray. Awesome, 67. Yes, what awesome. I like that. I like that. I did swim with the, I did swim with the sharks. I did swim with a stingray. You probably would have seen a video. I probably will be posting. If I have not posted it, I have one shot that I have on my page where I had some comment, but you will see where I had the stingray holding the stingray. Then I did swim with the shark. I did, like the shark circling around me. I mean, think about craziness. I was just doing things that I would never do, right? I did that. I did with the colored fishes. It was nice. It was nice. So that's the reason why when you make money, right? Think about your 9 to 5 as an enabler, right? And to be Daisy, you are supposed to, this world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. That is super deep. That is super deep, my friend. That is deep. I tell you. And maybe we'll just talk about travel today. That is super deep. The world is a book. And those who do not travel read only one page. That is deep. I need to take note of that. Daddy, let me take a picture of it. Like, I have never, yeah, I need to. Are you sure you're not a doctor? Are you sure you're not a doctor? Or, that is so deep. So the thing is, yeah, and it was from a quote I remember. That's amazing. And seriously, and we might just talk about this today because really, I was going to talk about real estate investing, but we can as well just talk about what is interesting to us because that's why we're here. It's whatever gets fun, right? Whatever gets fun. That's why we're a community. I just want to see the world. Because I have been to, between work, Augustine, by Augustine of Hippo. I guess you read a lot of books. See, I gotta go, sorry. That's fine, 67, that's fine. You don't have to be sorry. But it was amazing. At least I got to know you. That you're from Ohio. You are from, you like the stingray, and, you got to pet the sharks and all of that in Cincinnati. Yeah. Please, whenever you go, you are in Cincinnati the next time, please just say hello to Procter & Gamble headquarters, right? I worked there for 8 good years. I was there for 8 years. I worked with that company, and it was one of the most beautiful companies I've ever worked for. One of the most beautiful, and I love that company, right? Awesome. Really nice to check in again. Subscribe if you haven't. On TikTok and Instagram as well. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina, and all welcome here. Yes, so with Toby Daisy, yes, it's always having to travel. It brings about exposure. There was something that happened when I was in Japan in over the summer, right? And this is not me trying to blab or trying to feel whatever, but it's just the importance of why you should make money and enjoy the life. I'd rather use it. I like nice clothes, but I would rather use my money for experiences, right? Because the experiences stays with you. There's something about travel that just sticks with you. We were in Japan and we were in Tokyo, and when you eat your noodles, right? You have to make it slow, like when you do that, you see the chef saying that, oh, thank you, they are happy that you love it, right? You love it. That's what it means. But when you come back to the United States, if you do that, it's like bad manners, bad eating habits. Bad eating habit, that's what it's just like. And we are using chopsticks, they are using chopsticks, we are using forks, and it's almost like the direct opposite. And you'll be like, this world is just a global village. We're just, it's the diversity that makes it so beautiful. And I went to like a place like a Bora Bora, and when I was leaving, I was crying because they were family. It was like literal family, because I was crying because they kept up singing the song and playing music all the way from there, all the way till our boat was, because those bungalow on the water, right? So until our boat was out of sight, before they stopped, they were playing the music. So there is no way it left a lasting impression in me, that I still remember how you greet. It's maruru, right? That's like hello, maruru. It's beautiful. It's one of the best, and that's part of the reason why you're like, okay, why doesn't Dr. Lina talk about money? That's it, because I want to just experience. I want to have those beautiful experiences, right? My goal is, if I can, before I turn 50, before I turn 60, my goal is to travel the world. And I tell people, like my friend Toby Daisy said, the world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. So if you're in the United States, and for those that just joined, let me know where you're connecting from. It's just to know you. And tonight we're also just talking about, when you get the wealth, it's not all about trying to impress others, it's all about experiences. That's why when I work and I make the 9 to 5 pays me, I take it, I invest it. When I invest it, I now use the return on that investment to do things that I love, right? It's just like food, it's just like experience. The experience that comes with travel it just stays with you forever. It stays with you, it stays with you forever. When I was in Monaco, and you are in that city, and you just see how rich a small city is. A small city where I'm not kidding, and I can show you videos of where you are in one place, and within 5 minutes you will see 5 Bentleys. I'm not kidding. 5 Bentleys of different interesting Dr. Lina. Yes, 5 Bentleys. You see a Mercedes Benz is not just even a car. Like a Mercedes Benz, we say that Mercedes is like luxury. That's not luxury. That's when I say that. I don't think when they say that America is the most richest country, it kind of changed my mindset. It rewind my mindset. I mean, obviously, because of tax breaks and all of that, they are able to, the wealthy, the 1% of the 1% are able to go there and use that place as tax havens, right? They use those places as, nothing can touch their money. They are protected. That's why have you seen a Ferrari boat? Like, there's boats and there's boats. There's when I went there, that's when I realized that, okay, and this is not about bragging. It's just, even when I'm talking about it, you can already see that I just enjoy, it just brings some enjoyment. Like, it's just an experience. And that's why I keep working hard. And I'm like, it shouldn't just be me only that will know this. Like, and how do I pin this? How do I pin this? I mean, maybe that's where maybe that's where the spirit is leading today. Because I just keep talking about money, right? The world is a book, and those who do not travel read just one page. So it brings about exposure. It brings about experience. I've been to Switzerland. I've been to Dubai. I've been to, of course, I'm originally from Nigeria, so I've been to Nigeria. I've been to, I think, interestingly, I've just been to 2 countries in Africa, right? I've been to, and I've been to some of those countries. And lately it was Japan, and it was pretty amazing. It's pretty, and on my next list would be, I've been to, and I try to do like whenever I'm doing, I'm going to a particular, to be Daisy, do you care to share, do you like to travel too? Do you like to travel? Is this something that you also enjoy? Doc, I will be back in 5 minutes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And whoever that is, everyone that is here, thank you all for joining tonight's live. The spirit is just leading. Whenever you make your money, you want to consider enjoying your life. You want to consider, so when I say make your money, so before you take me out of context, you make the money, you work hard for your money. Take that money, take some of it to finance your lit, keep it, it's called delayed gratification. Save 50%, right? Save 50%, invest in simple ETFs, right? Put it in simple ETFs, put it in real estate, and then grow it. And once it starts generating money, use it to enjoy your life, enjoy what you like to do. I like to travel. Traveling is part of what I enjoy doing. So if it's something that you enjoy doing, so you just like to buy something for yourself, it's okay. So far you have invested, right? You have finished your mess with your goal, but don't let it be that you're 9 to 5 doing this. Don't let it be your 9 to 5 doing this. The time, it's almost like your blood. You are using your blood to do it, right? You don't want it to be. So you want your lifestyle to be fed either through other side income, side also, right? Or you have invested in a real estate. You invested in a rental property. This property is now paying you. It's now paying you. Then you now say that, okay, the rent from it is now what you now invest. The rent from it, then you say, okay, now this rent, I can use it for a vacation. I can use it to buy a purse. I can use it to do something, but not the initial seed money. Because remember, it's just like, think about it, it's just like a chicken. And let me know where you are connecting from if you're new here, and consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed. And let me see if there are any other people that I can try to. Okay, so let's share the live with some other people so that we can have some more people here. And I was trying to share, I'm trying to figure that out on, let's see, on other platform as well. Okay, so I just posted it. So what am I trying to say? Whenever you work, you're 9 to 5, okay? And I'll take this, right? Let's use this straight into it. Let's use this. And let me, me and this, my board. Anyways, whenever you are, so first of all, you want to make sure that, okay, you are earning income. When you earn the income, okay, you want to make sure that you're getting good, decent salary. When you get the decent salary, get your cash, put some of the money, 50% of it, save it, it is not your salary that makes you rich, it's your spending habit. So what you can keep, right, is about what you keep, is not about what you save. It's about what you keep, it's not about how you earn. What you earn makes it faster, because if you can keep more and then you still earn more, then it just makes the journey faster. So think about, you get your salary and you think about, you save about 50% of it, right? You save 50% of it. 50% of that money, if you take it, you take the money and you invest it, right? You start investing it, it gives you, returns on it. Either you put it in simple ETFs or you put it in real estate. And then when you, let's assume you bought a property, you are still growing in that phase. Second property, third property, they are paying you rent on every single month. Then you can take, you can say that, 10 months out of this rent, I am saving it and reinvesting it back. You have not done anything wrong if you now decide to take 2 months and say that 2 months rent, which for instance could be $4,000, to say, I'm using it for vacation. Awesome. 67. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, and what I was just saying is, and I just give an hypothetical some example, right? Let's share the life out if you can. Zachary Forehead, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? Welcome. Where did you join? Where are you connecting from? Where are you connecting from? Right? And we're just talking about, we're talking about lifestyle. We're talking about lifestyle. We're talking about money, and we're talking about lifestyle because I talk about personal finance, but I also talk about where's Deer Park? Is that Deer Park, Texas? Right? Or you're just trolling. I'm trying to understand what that is. Zachary for it. Okay, so let's we can share the live and consider subscribing if you're not, because here to be Daisy just said something and we are just debating that and talking about that. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page, which is super deep. Is my favorite. Yes, it is. The world is a book, and I'm talking about what you had. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page of that book. And this is the situation with a lot of people. A lot of people have not even gotten on they've never left their city. So it brings about exposure. But I'm not saying that you should go and take your money to go and start traveling or go and doing all of that. How do you do it, right? I talk about two things. I talk about money and I talk about lifestyle. You make your money. When you make this money, you are saving some part of it. When you save that, the part that you are saving, the majority part, you're using 50% if it's possible. The other 50%, you are saving it and you are investing it. You are putting it in simple ETFs, not options trading. Simple ETFs, you're putting it in real estate as soon as you get down payment, you are getting the education that you need to do it. Then it starts, see, remember, your salary is from 9 to 5. 9 to 5 that you cannot gain back again. That 8 hour is gone today. That's your life. Then, but the money that they gave you in return, you are going to be investing it. When you invest it, and then maybe let's assume that you put it in a dividend ETS, for instance, like SCHD, you put it there, and then they start paying dividends every quarter. Like, SCHD is giving you this return on this money. You can say that, okay, you know what? I've worked hard. Let me take that dividend and look for the next, what country do I want to go? It might be what state do I want to go? Because you want to, or it might also be that you don't even like to travel. It's not everybody that is like me, right? It's not everybody like me. Sorry, guys. I don't know. They just tuned us off, and I had to restart. But basically, when you have, it could be a case of you just saying that, you know what? For me, I just enjoy eating good food. It might be like, okay, I just like to buy some nice things, but let it not be your 9 to 5 that is feeding it. Thank you for subscribing if you haven't. We talk about money, we talk about lifestyle, or we talk about anything you want to talk about, right? Tonight, I was just saying that I have been to 22 countries. It's not about bragging. And to be Daisy did mention something important. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. And I was just saying about my experiences with me going to Japan, and the culture is totally different, right? Totally different from the United States, right? And I went to Monaco, and for a second, if anybody had told me that there is any country that's richer than United States, or United States might simply be the richest, but where the wealthy, the concentration of the wealthy will be in Monaco. When you are in 2 minutes, in 5 minutes, you are seeing 5-6 Bentley, and a Porsche and a Mercedes is what is used as a cab. This is not, it has to be, what's it called? What's this kind of Mercedes? I remember, like the luxury one, like the premium, right? I remember the name. Those are the things that you see, and then it helps you open your mindset, right? It changes your mindset. It helps you to see the world differently, and then you also understand that, okay, there's a reason why this person is different. And it's the diversity that makes us beautiful. And you won't judge people, you won't judge people for their characters, because I was surprised that what we call shitty here in America is like a praise there in Japan. Like people eating and making noise with the food. It tells the chef that, you are enjoying the food. Basically, that's what it tells the chef. So back to what I was saying. So when you save, okay, when you save and you invest, you basically are able to do anything that you want to enjoy. What you enjoy doing, whatever makes you happy. Because guess what? You have one life to live. That's what you just have, just one single life to live. And I'll give an example of I'll give an example of one thing. So when I was in Bora Bora, I did meet this couple, and I think I told the story before. They're from Canada. They are about 65 years old, in their 60s, right? But then we were on a boat together, just the three of us on that boat, to do the sightseeing and going to swim with the shark and going to swim with the stingray and the colored fishes. And we went all the way into the ocean, like all the way away from the island. And then when we got there, I also would like to say that we travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape. Absolutely. You are giving wisdom. You are spitting wisdom, my friends. Spitting wisdom. Yeah, absolutely. That's it. It's some people just work hard, work. I think what I've seen most of the time is life is always about, we work, we take care of family, we do that again, and it's like a cycle again and again, and you do it to 65. I keep still saying that it's the biggest scam in the century. It's the biggest scam, telling people to work in their prime from 20 to 65. That is when you are most useful. That's after 65, you are almost useless. And that was the case of this couple that I met in Bora Bora. And we were there, and of course they had to wear shoes because she said, oh, I have a situation with my feet. I had to go into the water she had to wear something on her feet. And she was like, oh, I'm glad you're doing it. Even at your younger age, you're finding time to do it. Because now we are doing it. This is their third time in Bora Bora. Trust me, that place is not cheap. They have about 18 Popeyes franchise. So to tell you how wealthy they have 18 Popeyes franchise, and they have 72, if I remember, Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is like the competition of Starbucks, right? And she was like, yes, we have all the money right now, but I think we missed out about life. We missed a lot about life. I said, now we have all the money, but we have missed major. There's the limit to what we can do. Just imagine a 65-year-old woman trying to wear a bikini. Of course, she tried to wear a bikini, but it's not like when you're in your 30s or you're in 40s or, And that's what I'm talking about. And that's why I was asking everyone, where are you connecting from? Because I genuinely want to know where you're connecting from. I just want to know, because the next time that you're in your city, I'm in Texas. The next time I'm in your city, I can just be able to tell you that, okay, I'm in your city. I come up live and like, okay, guess what? I'm in your city. Where are you? Are we close by? And then I already have a new family. Let's share the live if you haven't, and if you can, if it's possible as well, let us if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Consider subscribing. It's just really, a pleasure meeting a whole lot of people in this place. Like meeting people all the way from Iraq, meeting people from India, and I do have a larger community on TikTok, right? Still Money Talk with Dr. Lina, and also on Instagram, still Money Talk with Dr. Lina, and it's more, we could have like 20, it's not, like I said, I just started. So we have more people, and it's always much fun. So consider, following on this platform as well, if it's something that is a point of interest. And I do have live there in the afternoons as well. But it's so beautiful. Traveling, you can even see the green. Like I'm here from here to here, talking about travel. It's like he's like the energy level is here. Or like, even though I love to talk about money because I see money as an enabler to lifestyle. Some people see money as a tool to oppress others or to impress others. I see it as a tool, as an enabler to the lifestyle that I so desire. If the way I look at it is that if I want a big house, I don't want my 9 to 5 to fund it, right? I want my 9 to 5 to provide investment. I think I talked the story of when I wanted to buy a car, right? And I said, you know what? I'm not going to buy any other car except this one. That's what I love. And for some months, I didn't have a car. And everybody was like, you walk to her. Go do it. Go buy it. You can afford. And I said, okay. It's like my life. It's like a whole year of my salary or half a year of my salary. I'm going to carry the money. I'm going to put on the car. It's like too much. But then what did I do? I took the money instead of going to buy that car, right? Dave Ramsey might not like me with this, but I took the money, I put it in an investment. So I bought a real estate investment. So whenever I talk about, call me the real estate queen. Whenever I talk about real estate, it's because I see that it works, right? It works, right? And I went and bought the property, right, in 2024. Bought the property was like 20. I bought it for, it was such a fantastic deal. The property was worth 230 and I did buy it for 167, right? And then I was able to fix the property, maybe with another 5,000. Everything all in was like 175. Everything, I think, I just know that at the end of it, I had almost 50,000 equity in that property. But here's the sweet thing. Now I rent it out and then I go buy the car, right? The car of my dream, the car that I wanted to buy. Then every month, this house, tenant pays me, right? Every single month. That's what I used to pay for that car. Talk about win-win. I still have my money, right? Which is the house. And then I still have what? And then I still have my car. So that's how you win. That's the way I look at it. I look at money as a tool to enable you live that life that you want to, right? Put in the comment section if it's one strategy that you're going to use. Or share experiences, travel experiences. Enough of, one of the things that I heard about hosting today was a lot of time is always like one way. I want to hear from you as well. I know Toby Daisy have been saying things, but at the same time, your dream car is just your work ethics in motion. Yeah, absolutely. What does that mean? Explain. You are becoming. Hi, Rosie Studios. Hello. Welcome here. Where are you connecting from, Rosie? I'm in Texas, and I have Toby Daisy from New York. Toby Daisy, meet Rosie. I have Tyson. I have 67. 67 is from Ohio. Welcome here. Consider subscribing if you haven't. Okay. We are just a community. We talk about money. We talk about lifestyle, right? Two ends of the spectrum. We close the loop. So, to be Daisy, what do you mean? So, explain. You're getting too deep. But at the same time, your dream car is just your work ethic in motion. What does that mean? Are you saying that because I've worked hard, then I can afford to get the car, right? Hello, Stephanie from, don't tell me, Indiana, right? Indiana. Is that Indiana from TikTok? Yes, how are you? How are you, Stephanie? How's the baby? See, we are building a community here. That is Toby Daisy, Minnesota. Yes. It's what's it called? House of Tea. That is from. I keep making the mistake. That is so. Toby Daisy is from New York. Stephanie is also part of my community on TikTok, and she's from Minnesota. Right? Rosé is here. I'm still waiting to know where she's joining from. And I did have Zachary says dear. I'm not sure where that is. Maybe Deer Park. And I did have 67 all the way from I think Ohio. And I did have Tyson. Ohio is Tyson, and I did have 67 from New York. So we have the East Coast guys here. He's doing well. He just fell asleep. Awesome. And I know it might be already late for you. It's tiring, right? But thank you for joining tonight. And, we are just talking about, thank you for joining earlier. I hope you were able to grab a little bit from the class earlier on TikTok. I hope you were able to, but we'll continue again tomorrow, on TikTok on all of those, buying strategy and all of that. We'll talk about that. Awesome. So yeah, Toby Daisy, absolutely. I totally get you. I totally understand. Yeah. But at the same time, it's a very dicey situation, right? You have to be careful. There's a thin line because this is what happens as well. And people would say that, you know what, I work hard, I earn 200,000, so I deserve to go back. I honestly don't know why this is interrupting something. So it's also a thin line, right? It's also a thin line between that the world. It's also a thin line because this is what makes a lot of professionals actually go broke if you are not careful, right? It's the difference. A lot of times people say, you know what, I've worked hard, right? I have worked hard for this money. So, and sorry for the interruption, I don't know, the everything just went off and then I had to connect again, right? But welcome back. So it's a thin line. Toby, there is I know we all work hard, right? And this is what gets most professionals broke, right? Like, you know what? I've worked at, I've earned 200,000. Okay, that's fine. You have earned 200,000. And then because of that, you say that, okay, you know what? I deserve everything. I worked for it. Yes, you deserve everything. You worked for it. Totally agree. However, what I teach differently is if you keep that kind of lifestyle, you work for it, because of that you are buying everything, you are spending it, what will happen the day the income is no longer there? You become completely broke, right? Or you have to continue to work from 25 or 20 to 65 years, which the society has actually put us in that box, right? That's why I always say that what I tell people to do different and what I do differently is we put the money, we save some of it, and I know Toby, I know definitely you know this, but just for the others, right? When you have your income, if you can, please take 50% of that income, right? Just even remove it, take it as paying yourself. Take 50%. It's just like your 401k. If they remove it from the source, you don't even know. Then live on the remaining one. Put your 401k, all of that in the 50%, save it and invest it, right? When you invest it, the return on that investment will now feed that lifestyle. It will not feed the vacation. Like in my own case, it was my savings from that job. Instead of me taking my salary to say that I'm going to use it to buy my dream car. Okay, that's fine. I've worked for it. But instead, I took the money, I put it in a real estate, put it in a property, bought it for 167,000 to 167,500 is a very solid number. I remember I bought it 167,500 because they kept on delaying on it, right? So I got some discount, and then but it's worth 230,000 at that point, right? I fixed it with 5,000. Everything all in, was about 175,000, right? Off the back, is it 175 or 170? Because I tried to keep it like in 170,000. So off the back, I had 50,000 in that property. Today, that property, even immediately, that property give me 1,900 every single month. 1,900 every single month. Now, how much is my car note? I use it to pay my car note for that, right? Guess what? What does that help me to do? If I have my lifestyle and at the same time, I still have Which is, I mean, the lifestyle is the car, which is the reward. But at the same time, the reward is basically, it's not the seed money. I didn't use my salary, right? This my salary that I work for, my blood, that they traded time for money. That one is still standing. The building is still there. That is worth 230. Right now, it's worth 250,000. Right? The building is still there. Right? But the return on the investment, the cash flow. That's why I said real estate is a beautiful, beautiful investment. It's amazing. Right? I still have that property that is growing every day. Right now, it's 250,000. Right? And at the same time, I'm getting money that pays that car note, that is feeding that my dream car. I'm not using any of my money. I am not using my blood or sweat to pay for it. But a lot of times, what happens is somebody wants to kill the chicken that lays the eggs, because we cannot delay the gratification. We cannot delay. I want that car now. I want to buy that Chanel bag now. No, my friend is carrying an MS bag. I want that MS now. Right? Everybody wants quick money. But if only you can just wait 1 year. You can wait 1.5 years. You can wait to delay 2 years. And then you realize that you will still have that money. And then you still have the benefit. Right? It's just thinking about, I relate to, thank you so much for the hearts. And thank you so much for sharing the life and, subscribing if you're new here. So think about a chicken. You have a chicken. Let's see if you can just more hearts so that, and when you share the life, I think it just helps some other people learn this, even though we are just chatting tonight, right? Yeah. So I just basically think about you just having chicken, right, that lays the egg. And then you say that, you know what, that chicken, I want to get everything that's in that chicken, the chicken that lays the egg. Once you have killed the chicken, there's no more eggs, right? Once because you killed the chicken dies with the egg. Right? So that's the more reason, that's just the way you look at it. Always look at your paycheck, right, as a seed money. Whenever you think about it, it's a seed money. It's just supposed to feed my basic need, and then I'm supposed to invest the rest, right? I'm going to invest the rest. If this is sinking, just put one. Let me know you are all there. Let me know that we are all not sleeping. Because Stephanie slept with the baby yesterday. Just say hello. Just let me know. Just put something, or if this resonates, put egg, put chicken, something. Just write something in the comment section. Let me know you're there. Let me know you're there. I see people here, but also communicate with me. And this is me also. I'm always here. Thank you. I just want to know, and this is part of the things that I learned. I'm taking chicken lol. Thank you. This part of me, learning to be a life, is it coach, or what do they call it? Life, whatever, coordinator. What do they call this thing? Sorry, don't mind me. This social media thing, I am just getting into it. Before July 2025, you probably will not see a single picture of me on social media, and then I wrapped up when I started seeing evictions and upon eviction, and I said, you know what? I need to share my knowledge and help a lot of people. So one of the training that I got was, when you are in the life, a lot of times we are all just talking. You need your audience or your community to, to also respond or to say something back to you. So I have seen chicken, and I've seen I'm always here. Yeah, awesome. And any other insight, and I see the hats and I see the smiles and everything. Thank you so much for all of that. Thank you so much. And any ideas again? So let's assume that you make money, right? What resonates with you? What is it? Do you enjoy travel? What's that thing? Just to meet you, because at least now I've met Toby, I know Stephanie, these people, you guys are my community, and every other person on this live, you are my community. The next time I know that I have a family in Minneapolis now. I know that Minneapolis, I have a family because Stephanie is there, right? I'll be calling on Stephanie, and the day that I'm in New Jersey, I know that because part of what I want to do an East Coast tour, almost like a tour, right? So I want to go to, go to Maryland, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, all of those. And if I can also go to Canada, since it's just, Ontario right next there, I would love to also do that and just do maybe like a 10-day trip. Take a car, fly all the way to that side and just take the car, and then we just drive around all the way. So I know where to stop now because I have family and friends there, right? I have a beautiful community here, right? So perfect. So who likes to travel? Who likes to travel? When you make the money, what's one thing you would like to use your money for? What's one thing that when you make the money, and of course, I'm not talking about your salary right now. I'm talking about when you start laying eggs, the chicken laying eggs. Where would you like to put, what would you like to do? Like the lifestyle or something that you like to have. Some people want to have swimming pool, Some people, their own is to buy a big house. Some people is to travel. Some people their dream is just to have an MS bag, you know, which I still struggle. Maybe, I don't know, with the MS bag, I don't know, because I would always say that bag better be generating $30,000 if I have to put my $30,000. Would like to have a big house and expensive car. That's a good one, right? I love that. And it's a beautiful one and very spot on. And guess what, Stephanie? I know that you are taking actions about real estate, and I'm here to hold hands with you on that journey, right? Real estate is going to help you get there. The good thing is that let's still let you save as much as possible right now, and then we start investing in it, right? Once you start, I would support my family and friends. Awesome. Yeah, I'll support family and friends. Yes, you sound like someone that I know, but we're talking about you, to be Daisy. You, right? You. You one-on-one. Yeah, just send me a DM and we can definitely connect on the phone. You know what I mean? We can connect on the phone. Just send me a DM on TikTok and we can definitely connect on the phone, and we can take, or whichever way you prefer to connect, we can always do that. I did with my second account. Okay, awesome. I should see that and just send a message that this is Stephanie from Minnesota, but the baby boy, right? With the baby boy. Yeah, then definitely we can, I'll be here. My goal, I mean, I'm not even buying properties this year, right? Because we've been doing back to back. This year, I'm just laying by, so whatever, yeah, we'll do. Awesome. And to be Daisy, I'm still waiting on yours. You're still holding a lot back because I'm thinking that you have just won a lottery. You won a jackpot, and because you're asking questions about that and you're not giving so much. So tell us, I know you support families and friends, but we're saying you. What's that thing? What is that thing for you? Because yes, I understand you're going to give back to the community, you're going to treat others. I said that you. Like Stephanie says, big house, expensive car, right? In your own case, maybe you already have the big house and you have the expensive car. It could be, okay, you know what? I want to have a swimming pool in my yard, right? I want to travel. Or it could even be that, you know what? I want to just own my private jet or own my yacht, and have not just a yacht, a Ferrari one. Yeah, and Stephanie, tonight is just it's just as the spirit leads. It's not more, well, I think we'll continue more on what we're talking about earlier, in terms of buying process, the comms, equity, the rent, appreciation, mortgage, days on market, rehab. We'll continue that on TikTok tomorrow, definitely, and then we can walk through that. But I hope you have been getting a lot of value in those. You are learning a lot. You are getting your books. You are getting ready, because I would make sure that you get it done. You take the action this year. So, Mr. Toby Daisy, I'm still waiting. My friend from New Jersey. except you dropped off. All right, all right. Yes, okay, glad that, yes, a lot. That's amazing. That's great. That is super great, you know. And is there any question that you have specifically, Stephanie? You're here anyway. Do you know how much about trust? I don't know, but currently I wouldn't I wouldn't I just I haven't, except for the one that comes with my job and all of that, doing it that way. I haven't like done it specifically. Yes, what I do know is just basically having you know, I wouldn't want to speak so much on it because it's not something. If it's for you to have it, I think you can just do it with one of your lawyers, right? And if you have an employer, I mean, I know you're employed, you can actually check that some of the benefits that you have the legal services. You can ask them to help you have trust, right? For a living trust, a living and not is it living and irrevocable trust, right? you know you can tell them to help you build it. I know a little bit. It just depends on what, right? Like I said, I only speak on things that I can do research. I have an idea, but not totally. I'm not the expert on it. Does that make sense? But if there's any specific question that you have, but I know employers, that legal services, take advantage of that. Is almost free, and then they can help you, help you set it up. But you're starting on the right foot. I'm talking about trust, talking about real estate. Absolutely, you're starting, those are things that needs to be, because protection is very key. And then you can always leave it for your that's even the best way, even to leave investment for children, for kids. Yeah, okay, thanks for answering. We'll check with my employer. Yes, absolutely. Check with your employer. There's as part of your benefit, you probably have legal services, and in that legal services, they can definitely do living trust or living irrevocable trust. And then we can also talk about, LLC and all of that. I think that's part of the things that we'll talk about buying the properties, right? Any other, but that's a good question, Stephanie. Any other question? Anything, tonight I said it's freestyle, it's not teaching. I've talked about I want to make sure my kids will be fine even if I'm not here. You would always be here, right? But you are thinking very, very straight. You are thinking very, very, very straight, right? The first thing is that, of course, you want to leverage the life insurance with your employer, but then you can also take some other additional insurance, so that they are taken care of. Another way that I think is, when you have the property, you can put it under the trust for them. Start having, for each of the kids, have a trust for them. Have a property for them, and use it to be, use it to either fund their education or give it to them when they are going to college. Or, if they go to college or scholarship. Like I said, my own journey was more of thinking about real estate. My own journey was a function of me just thinking that, you know what, this 529 is not making sense because I have zero control. I have hey, no more parts. How are you? Welcome to the life, right? Welcome to the life. We're talking about money. We're talking about lifestyle. And we are just having freestyle. Any questions that you have, let us know. Let me know where you're joining from. I do have Stephanie from Minneapolis. I have my friend Toby, all the from New Jersey. I have other people from New York and other locations. Consider subscribing. This is a community. It is my second account, aka Toby. Oh, look at you. Yes, look at you. Awesome. So you are subscribing from this account as well. Awesome. So I'm having you from left, right, and center, right? Left, right, and center. Awesome. And Stephanie did ask question about trust, and I said, do check with your employer. So just in case it's something you're interested in, and she just said that she wants to make sure that our kids are well taken care of, even when she's not here. And I said she will be here. But then even, regardless of that, you want to still make sure that they are protected and they are funded, right? They have that's how you build generational wealth, really. That's how the wealthy of the wealthy, that's how they build it. You use trust, they use living trust, living irrevocable trust, and all of this. So they never sell real estate. That's why I always say that, you probably, I've said it, I don't do fix and flip, is not in my dictionary. Fix and flip is not in my dictionary, right? Because we never sell. Because the minute you sell, then you pay tax. Capital gain comes into play, right? And that's why you see Elon Musk would say that I don't have money. He would go and take, he would go take a loan, right? Instead of him saying, okay, he wants to buy, I heard the story, he wanted to buy, is it Twitter? Whenever he wanted to buy Twitter, he said he was not going to take cash to pay for it, right? Because when he sells some of his shares or whatever, when he sells it, he pays capital gain. So he says that, okay, my interest in some of my percentage of ownership in Tesla, I'm using it to pay for this. Hey, Losky. Okay, tell me, how are you, Losky? Losky from Illinois, right? Illinois. I remember you. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Illinois. And tell me you have opened the investment account. Tell me you opened the investment account. Tell me, Losky, right? That you opened the investment account. Okay? Put it in comment section, right? So, and we're having a freestyle tonight. Any question that you have, let's talk about it, right? Consider subscribing if you have not, right? If you're new here. I have Stephanie here from Minneapolis. I have Nomopat, also Toby from New Jersey, using 2 accounts to join tonight. And guys, also welcome Meet Losky from, I believe is Illinois, if I'm right. Or is it the guy that wants to play Roblox? I just wanted to. So I had 2 people. One person wanted to play Roblox. Another person says that is 21, makes 95,000, and we had an homework that you're going to. Do you have wholesalers in Minnesota? No, I do not. But we can definitely research it. So what you can do, Stephanie, is I would say that you want to consider just go on Google wholesalers, right? Go start and then join. You see on Facebook within your community, look for real estate investors. All those little communities, join them, right? From there, they would start invite you. See, okay, we have this community event or whatever. It's free. Just attend. That's how you meet with them. But then I can also check with my wholesaler here in Texas, right? When we connect and see if they have, because it's a big organization, they have hundreds of wholesalers under them, to see if they have properties or if they have the same organization or office in Minnesota, or if they cover that. So that's what we can definitely do together, yeah. So yeah, absolutely, I'm here to help, right? And Losky, I'm still waiting on your answer. And Toby, you have still said that you're going to be taking care. Yeah, absolutely. We're a community. We're just here to help each other, to see how we can. Guess what? In 10 years, you're a millionaire. You have your $1 million. And then you're like, okay, Dr. Lina, maybe I'm in Minnesota. And you said, okay, Dr. Lina, here is a cup of smoothie for you, right? Or you will pay it forward and you'll be able to teach somebody else this, right? And that's how we make the world a better place. Like my friend Nomo Pat, aka Toby, says that it's going to help the community. It's going to help friends and family, right? That's what he said he wants to do. But I'm still waiting. What do you want to do for yourself, right? Do for yourself. You work hard for it. Yes, it's always good to take care of others, but what do you plan to do for yourself? Yes, you might have gotten everything that you need, but then is there any other thing that, everybody always have something. Every other person always has something, and it might be as big, good as you know what you want to be crazy like myself, and I said, you know what, I wanted to get my doctorate. It could be like, one of the things I still want to do is to work in the World Bank. That's the only thing that I still have left that I still want to achieve. Like, okay, work in any of those um work with the United Nations, UNESCO, all those kind of places, USAID, those kind of things. I think that's the only thing, and that's for self-actualization, nothing more, right? Which is what a little bit of what I'm doing here. Hi. Yeah. So Stephanie, yeah, that's it. Any other question that you have, Stephanie? We have time here. We might not have this much time, because on the TikTok we are teaching. Tonight, like I said, is freestyle. We've talked about. I said I've been to 22 countries. Not bragging, I just love to travel, and that's why I always ask, where are you connecting from? Because part of still my goal, even as I'm doing 22 countries, I have not been to 22 states in the United States. Isn't that funny? I've been to 22 countries outside of the United States, but I've not been to 22 states within the United States. So that's part of my goal, to also do the same thing internally. I know, let me count, maybe I've been able to. So I've been to Oregon, Portland, I've been to Atlanta, Georgia, I've been to Florida, I've been to California, I've been to New York. Where else have I been? Of course, Texas. I've been to South Padre. I don't know, is that a state? They yap me at times because my geography is really bad. So I haven't been to so many states in the United. I've been to Maryland. Yeah, I've been to Maryland. I've been to Pennsylvania. Ah, yeah, I am good, right? Yeah, I've been to Pennsylvania. Yeah, I think I might be able to count 10. I might be able to count 10. Okay. Do you have investment properties outside of Texas? No, because, and obviously I am almost comfortable with where I am right now, because Texas is one of the the property landlord friendly states, unlike a New York, right? It's yeah, you want to invest in that's part of your research, right? When I say education, you want to see what are the only problem with Texas is more of property taxes are on the increase, right? But if you have a tenant and you're going through eviction, the process here is 30 days. Like, if you handle it well. So I tell you, and even though I have been through 3 evictions last year, right? For the first time in my years of investing, I went through 2 evictions on one house, 2 times last year, and then 1 eviction on another house. And the good thing is that it wasn't messy, but I can tell you the process here in Texas. If somebody does not pay you by the 1st, because I don't joke, if they don't pay you by the 1st, I'm going to start reminding you from the 31st, your rent is due on the 1st. I remind you on the 2nd, and on the 3rd, I tell you, this is your final day. If you don't pay by this date, on the 4th, you're going to receive the notice to pay or vacate, and then your fees is $100. And every other day after that, because this is also in my lease agreement, every other day after that is $25, right? Every single day. Of course, there's the limit to what you can charge. So I have that in there. And then you do day 4, and then I give you notice to pay on vacation, notice to pay or vacate already states in your doorway. You see, it is not a joke. You already know. I'll tell you, I'm that kind of witch that if I'm going to kill you, I already tell you that I'm killing you. I mean, not use the word. I'm going to do something to you, but I will do it, right? So we'll tell you that, because when you're doing business, you have to have thick skin and you have to go with your processes. And then by day 7, right, if you don't pay, because I'm still reminding you that by day 6, I'm sending you another email. And most of this email is already a template, right? It's not like you create it once. There are even so many templates out there. All you just do is copy and paste, so it's not that difficult, right? So and that's why, and then by day 7, I sent them an email. We are going to the court tomorrow. We're going to be filing the eviction, and you will be paying for all of the legal fees. Even if you decide to pay the rent after that, you will still be paying the legal fees, but all of the expenses. So that's almost a $500-$600 fees. So I tell you that. And if you don't, by day 8, eviction, putting the eviction is online, is $150. Online, $150 takes me maximum 20 minutes. File it. It goes straight to the, and then they file it for you, go straight to the court, and then court puts in not later than 21 days. So 21 plus 7, that's 28. So the court also have a timeline, right? 21 days is the max. It can even be earlier. 21 days is the max. And then by day 28, you're already in court. And or at the most 28, then if the person doesn't show up, but by that time, they're already even out. Except for a seasoned terrible tenants that have gone through eviction. That's why whenever you are doing your verification, you are doing your verification very well, such that you don't deal with those, because there are some people, they are professionals in that they will stay there and wait with you, right? So by day 28, they are probably already out, but you already filed the eviction, and then, you know, if most of the time, for in my own 3 cases, they never showed up even in court. And by that day, they have already moved out, right? But let's assume they did not move out. Then they would have the day where they would, the sheriff date. So they have the 3 days to appeal. If they do not appeal with that 3 days, then you come back and then you get the docket to get a sheriff. And then the sheriff is going to, you know, fix the date. So maximum, right? Another 5-6 days. So 1 month, the whole process, 1 month, 5 days. Sheriff is there, you know, and then they boot them out, period. They boot them out, period. So that's why, you know, you need to, unlike a place like New York or a New Jersey, you know, where my friend Nofapat is, right? you can, it's almost like a tenants friendly state, right? And that's why you see that people are in some places that 6 months, 3 months they are owing, and you know, and they keep claiming that they cannot afford it or whatever, you know. But here in Texas, if you cannot afford it, then you should not be living there, period, right? So those are part of the research that you want to do, Stephanie. Yeah, those are part of the research that you need to do. Yeah, but I haven't done outside of the state. Back to your question, because I am comfortable where I am. But of course, I've seen people that have done outside of the state. And of course, I plan to still go outside of the state at some point, but not at the moment, right? Not at the moment, because I'm comfortable where I am. And what are the properties? What are they looking like? Is it average? Is it affordable? Is there a reason why you want to look outside of Minneapolis? Yeah, Stephanie? Is there a reason why you're looking outside of Minneapolis? And guys that are just joining, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. We talk about money, we talk about lifestyle. 2 things. Money, lifestyle. You know, it's all about, this is not the personal finance person that will say, save, 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 save. Don't eat, don't cook, no. Here, we make the money, we invest it, the babies and our grandbabies, so looking for more affordable properties. So what are the price range of the properties in Minneapolis? Because I don't think they are that expensive. And we can check it, you know, properties in, you know, properties in Minneapolis. Let's check. Properties for sale. For sale in Minneapolis. Minneapolis. Yeah, they're not so bad. I'm seeing 325. I'm seeing 315, right? You know, I'm seeing 300, 4-bedroom. Yeah, that's almost like comparable to Texas. Yeah. 275, 3 bedroom. See, on Zillow, I did show you this earlier. Yeah, there are some. You just need to, because of course they're the ones that are really expensive, right? There's even 270. There's 179. Oh, that's a condo. We are not doing condo, right? There's another one, 300,000, right? So yeah, we just need to have, before you start thinking of outside, especially for your first, let's consider something within Minneapolis first, right? Let's explore Minneapolis to see that, okay, what is available, and then we say that, okay, you know what, we tried, it's not. So the homework I want to give you as you're studying is check properties, go on Zillow like we talked about, right? Go on Zillow and start searching. Go on Zillow, start searching, what properties, do a drive-by when you see for sale in front of properties. Even though you might not have all the money right now, do a drive-by, contact realtors and tell them that that's how I started, right? You go online, search properties for sale, just start looking. Yeah, properties for sale, because that's pretty comparable to Texas. So you want to check that. So houses in Texas are not as cheap as well. They're not like the 175 that I talked about. The normal price is 230,000, but that's even a small house. That's a 1,000. It wasn't even up to 1,300 square footage, even though it's a single family home. Dr. Lina, do you have PhD? Yes, I do. Oh, you thought I'm just a, you thought it's just a name. No, I'm actually a doctor of business and technology. Yeah, I'm actually an actual doctor. I do, yeah. But my friend told me we've been talking about this all along. I'm a doctor, yeah. I have my doctorate in business and technology, right? Because I'm a vice president of technology, my normal day job. But then I have doctorate in management information system and business, right? But most importantly for this is almost about the business and the my passion for money, because my bachelor's, my first degree, my bachelor's, I'm an economist. So I studied economics as my first degree. And then I'm also a chartered accountant, right? Don't mind me, I like book, but now I don't like book anymore. I like money. So I'm an economist, I'm a chartered accountant, and at the same time, I'm also a technology expert, and of course a business expert as well. Yeah. I also lecture. I'm an adjunct professor. So this is just on the side. But then the one that is like the main thing for me is investing. I'm an investor. Like that's really, yeah. So I'm Dr. Lina. Yes, I do have a doctorate degree. So maybe you just feel that some people, okay, I really admire how strong and resilient you are. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. You are also resilient, my friend Toby. Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, when I say doctor, I'm not a doctor of medicine because I don't like blood, obviously. But then, um, yeah, so yeah, I'm actually a doctor. I don't look like doctor, right? I look on serious for a doctor. I look too on serious for a doctor. Yeah, but really, yeah, actually, yeah. I lecture, I lecture deep learning, AI cybersecurity, and I think I did mention it. Was it yesterday that I took some time off, almost like a sabbatical, just to give back to the community and just to teach the younger people. And then that's when I also started the social media, right? About what's it called? About you know, giving back as like an adjunct professor, teaching deep learning, teaching AI cybersecurity, bringing my corporate and professional life into, into academics, of course, because I'm a doctor. So bringing it to academics to help others. I mean, yeah. But at the same time, what is really my passion is money, investing, how you can turn $0 to $1 million, because I've seen it happen. I can make it happen. You just need to walk the step. I can tell you the principle and steps, and I think we talked about it. Principle and steps, it's achievable. It's achievable. And the same principle that works with when you have 1 million to turn it to 10 million, it's still the same principle. You just need to follow it and just, do it. Yeah. So yes, really, my friend, at least you know more about me. Okay, tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself. Awesome. Okay. Wow, that's great. When next will you teach the class again? Yes, I'll be here tomorrow. TikTok, Stephanie. Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow for sure, because we definitely continue the class tomorrow. About the process of buying, because I want to break it down. I told you when you said that, when you and House of T did ask that, okay, please teach real estate, right? I said it's going to take days. You're talking about years and years of experience, right? Years and years of experience that I want to teach in 3 days. I typically people I meant this oh yeah, well, because I teach it in colleges, right? That one is, it's like is an institution, right, in the college. It's not like I'm doing it on social media. No, I'm not. I'm teaching it as a professor, like like a professor, like people going to school. Yeah, so I'm not teaching it on social media. Yeah. But I mean, but there are some free classes, like I said, like you don't have to go pay for that on Coursera, right? Think Google Coursera, then even on Harvard Business School. Harvard Business School does have some, that you pay not so much, right? Not so much. And you'll be able to get some training, like AI trainings, AI cybersecurity, all those kind of training. And, in 2 months, in 3 months, you get all this training, yeah. So basically, especially when I always say that it starts with your income first. If your income is higher, right? And Stephanie, when you're talking about this income that we are talking, like you trying to look for a more affordable property, of course, that's the way to go. But the other way you can do it is look for how to increase that income. So if you want to take the action this year, we've already agreed that it's going to be this year, right? So we want to first of all start building that income while you're building the credit. Then at the same time, we talk about education. You are doing that very well right now. So at the same time, you can also start seeing how else can I increase that income. And then if you increase the income, either by supplementing your current role with something else, doing something else that generates some money, that money you channel it towards something, this real estate. So you're already saving money towards real estate, but at the same time, you're getting some more money, okay? Some more money towards this. And this is what I tell a lot of my clients. And by the way, all this that I'm teaching for free. When it comes to real estate, people actually pay me thousands of dollars for it, right? But this is just me giving back, right? So you can start saving some more money, right? Get some other source, any other ways that you can get money, and just start using it towards the down payment. And then instead of looking for outside of the state, since we already know that the properties are right, the range of 300,000. So now think about it. If it's 300,000, but at the same time, you are buying it from wholesaler, you're probably getting at 250,000. Then you can save towards that versus looking for a 175,000 or a 170 or 150,000. Because remember, the appreciation is what is key, right? If you put 150,000 in a property, in 10 years, it's going to give you 300,000 if you buy it right. But if you also buy it at 250,000, chances are that it's also going to be like a 500,000 in 10 years. So just that mindset. But you do the research as of today. From today, start looking inwards and say, okay, Minneapolis, right? I mean, Minneapolis. There's always Minnesota that is coming to my head as well. Minnesota and Indianapolis, right? But Minneapolis, right? Whenever, just think about what can you, how can you, what other, thinking was, what other ways can I generate additional money? That's one. Two is also think about, start looking what sort of start doing the research. You'll be surprised that you don't have to invest in my own market. You can already, you'll be so surprised. Thank you for all the likes and the art. Just do that. Those are like the key assignments for you, because you'll be so surprised that you can actually do it in your market. You just need to do the research well before you start thinking of outside of the state. Just go on Zillow, go on Redfin, all of those places that I mentioned earlier. Redfin, realtors.com, all of that. Go search from there and you'll be able to see all of those properties that are there. Also, physically go there. And I'll give you a real life example as I wrap up. So there was one person, and I think I said the story earlier, that said, oh, you know what, everybody around me is buying properties and I'm the only one that don't. Everybody, my siblings are buying property. My goal is that by this age I already have it, but I don't have it. And I said, why are you making it a big deal? Have you ever bought a house? I said, no. I said, you're a first-time home owner, so it's 3.5%. Didi's basement. Hello, Papa Paul, 7,300. What does that even mean? What does that mean? Didi's basement, right? I don't know what that means. Are you really talking about PDD or something else? I don't know what that means. Is that what it means? And Toby, yeah, please, can you confirm? Is this trolling or is this something? Because it seems that you know more than myself. Have you ever gotten a property that you regretted buying? I don't think so. I don't think so, because the only one that I would say it's close to a regret, and I cannot say it's a regret because it was the first. It's a troll, right? Okay, thank you. It's a troll. Yeah, I would say it's like the first one that I bought, and I would not say it, and it's the one that's not in the HOA community that I was talking about earlier, right? It's not, and I did have it got vandalized, and that's why I was saying when somebody said it's earlier in the life, and the person said, you know what, HOA is bad. And I said, no, HOA, things like that will never happen in a community that doesn't have HOA, right? They will never vandalize your property. Crime rate is higher when there's no, and that's why I said buy in a BC neighborhood, not in a D neighborhood. That property is between a CD neighborhood, right? It's not a neighborhood, I would say, right? Something like that. The schools are not the best. The crime rate is higher. People put things out, but guess what? That property is still the one that has the highest cash flow. So always think about it. Cash flow is almost have a reverse relationship, with appreciation. When the cash flow is really high. So a place like in Michigan, that's why you hear people say, oh, we bought a property for 50,000, we bought a property for 80,000. The chances that property will remain at 80,000 or not go past is very high, right? It's so, but the cash flow will be fantastic. They might be getting $1,000, as cash flow every month, but you will trade it for appreciation, right? I would rather take appreciation rather than cash flow. That's me. So is that a regret? No, it's not. Because it meets its own needs. It gives me a cash flow. It's still the one that cash flow the most. And of course, at the same time, it's still appreciated. But the only regret was that it got vandalized. Somebody went in there and they removed the, what's it called? The copper, because it's an older house. Have you ever gotten a property that, oh yeah, it's an older house. So they went in there and they broke the copper. Somebody wanted to, copper, because maybe it's one crackhead that wanted to just, get some $100, and because of that, it costed like thousands and thousands because the house got flooded and all of that. So other than that, yeah, there hasn't been, of course there will, with every business or with any, I'm not going to tell you that, is all roses, right? If it's all roses, even the job that you prayed for, you will not be regretting it at times when your boss talks to you anyhow or whatever. if it's that easy, everybody would be in any business or any real estate. I tell the truth. There are chances. I told you about evictions, right? I've gone through that. I've gone through, vandalization. Things happen, but at the same time, am I still winning? Yes, I'm still winning, because yes, it sets me back for a couple of months, because I had to fix the house. And, it was vacant, and at the same time, but guess what? Tax deduction. Remember, tax deduction. Vacancy, tax deduction on W2. The repairs, tax. What is the words written behind you? Oh, okay. These are, and let me, okay, because we are almost wrapping up. So it's about real estate, and I teach that. I teach about investing. I talk about lifestyle and money. And let me turn that so that you would see lifestyle and I do have a full. So this is it. So it's real estate investing. That's what I have here. And welcome to the live. So I teach this on TikTok as well. So if you care to, if you would like, you can join the community. I teach that at 12, between 12 and 2, every day. So it's about buying real estate, and Stephanie is one of the people from that community that has decided to join us here, right? So consider subscribing. So this is what I teach, and I teach this here as well. So I teach things about money, but when you make money, what do you do with it? You invest it, then you have a good lifestyle. You enjoy it. That's what it's all about. So consider subscribing. So, these are steps, and I've been teaching this for free, right? What are the steps? You want to buy your first property in 4 months, right? These are the real estate strategies, right? These are what are the 3 things that you need to start working on immediately, right? And, then this is the buy strategy. Price comes, equity, and we're going to be talking about that. So consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and also on TikTok and Instagram is Money Talk with Dr. Lina. I am as plain as I can be, right? I hope that answers your question. But thank you so much for and I'm still trying to figure out, and who knows how to, turn the screen. Like, I don't know if there's any other host here, because I can't, on TikTok, I'm able to mirror the page, right? But here I cannot. I have to literally take my, I don't know. I have to literally just turn the tripod to be able to show and turn it whenever I want to teach, right? Does anybody know how to, but I can use ChatGPT and check. Maybe because on TikTok, I can just mirror the page, and then it turns, and you'll be able to see what I have instead of you seeing it backwards. Anybody knows? My friend, no more parts. Quick question. What is your favorite food? My favorite food, rice. It's very bad. Rice. I like it simple. Keep it simple. It's rice. Simple as ABC. I like rice, and I like smoothie, right? Those are, yeah. I also have no idea, right? Sorry, I don't do live stream. I know, right? But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. But I hope I've been able to, I hope this has been an interesting life, even though we weren't teaching, but we were just chatting, talking about knowing each other, Now everybody knows I'm a real doctor. I don't look like a doctor. Oh, why exactly the rice? I don't know. I just enjoy it. Even though it's not good for me, because it's 2 level of the starch level, and I always watch my health as well. Like I said, I teach money wealth, time wealth, health wealth, peace wealth. Rice is one bad thing that I should, it's not good, because, it gives, your starch level is high, and then your cholesterol, carbohydrate level is high, then you gain weight, and, brown rice is not working. It has to be white. It has to be basic, not basmati, none. You see the basic rice, that's it. I know it's bad. It's bad. But the thing about it, the good thing is that I don't eat so much, so I eat like little, yeah, because I have to also be conscious of it, right? But it's not like I'm eating rice after breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? But if there's anything I want to change out of my diet, if I can, is change the rice, substitute with something more healthy, and then drink more water. I'm also very bad with water. Like, it's like a pain. Like, I have to be intentional. Like, that's why you see I would always have the bottle, because if I don't have that water, I can decide not to drink water for days. That's how bad it is. So when I talk about health wealth, know that I'm intentional. But then on a daily basis as well, I go for at least 1 hour of walk. 30 minutes, 1 hour. If my schedule is too tight, I do 30 minutes. If it's not, I do 1 hour, 1.5 hours walking every single day. Like walking, right? Not walking, walking. Get on my feet, because health is wealth. Whatever you put in right now, that's what is going to reflect later. If you live a careless or not careless, a carefree life right now, you don't take your health into account, you don't take your mental health into account. Remember, it's money and lifestyle, right, that I'm talking about. If you don't take all of that into account, what you realize is you would, at your old age, you would struggle, right? It's going to, at least try your best. I know that it's not cast in stone, right? It's not totally cast in stone. Some people still live a very decent life and things happen. But when you manage your spiritual health, you manage your mental health, you manage your physical health, chances are that you would, you would definitely be at a better state, rather than I see things these days. I see 70-year-old looking like 25, and I see a 25-year-old looking like 70. That's why health is wealth. There's a reason. A lot of time we just chase money. People are doing multiple 3-4 shifts or whatever shift. It's okay if you're trying to. Yeah, I like to think of health is a relationship between you and your body. Absolutely. Absolutely. Even in the course of, yes, I talk about money. In the course of making money, trying to, I understand the growing phase when you are building money and you have a project. I have been there where you do multiple. Just so you know what, I want to buy this property and it's due on this date. I told you my story, right? It's due on this date, and then you walk and make the money, but then know when to say stop, because your body, there's the limit to what your body can take, right? And the more reason, that's why you should make your money work harder than you do, right? Make your money work harder than you do, right? Instead of you doing all of those work, instead of you think about yourself, your mental health. Was it House of Tea, or was it Stephanie that was this afternoon was saying that, my work is dealing with me right now. I'm dealing with the work right now, and I just smiled. We are all there. Everybody's there, right? Pressure from work, all those things has something to do with your mental health, and and your mental health is also your physical health, right? So you want to. That's why I do not agree with the people working all the way to 65, right? Enjoy your life. Even if you have to work all the way to 65, balance it out. Balance it out such that you are not doing all the way peak, right? Know when you know that, what, I'm no longer chasing promotion. I am just going to meet expectation. I'm not exceeding expectation. I am just going to be here, because I already have something else that is supplementing my income. I already have investments. Just imagine you having 5 properties. Each of them is giving you $2,000 every single month. You have already paid off the mortgage. That's $10,000 every single month. That is peace. Yeah. Mental health. Mental health needs sunlight, more candor, and more unashamed conversation. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's it. That's the truth. Yeah. And you're spitting words. Yeah. You're spitting a lot of facts and things that are very deep. And unfortunately, a lot of times, because we work so hard, it's because of the 9 to 5, everybody's not like a robot. Nobody is stopping. Everybody just works. And I was there. You work, you sleep, you wake up, take care of family. You take care of family, and then the next thing you start working, and then you are rushing to take your family again. You eat, then you sleep, and then it's the same thing. No vacation, no time to even check on yourself, no time to actually just sit and be present. There's something just being like, okay, this place is just, you are just sitting, you are not thinking of anything. You are just seated and in just calmness. How many times, and I think we'll probably do that in this life as well at some point, where we just, play music and everybody is just quiet. Just be present with yourself. Being present with yourself, being intentional. It's all about, for me, it's all about intentional living and all-round living. And that's why I said Money Talk with Dr. Lina is one side. So consider subscribing to Lifestyle with Dr. Lina as well on YouTube, on TikTok as well, and on Instagram. You'll find them. It's Lifestyle with Dr. Lina. And it's basically this other intentional living. It talks about, the health wealth, the health wealth, the time wealth, and of course the peace wealth. Being intentional, living a fulfilled life, a complete living, really. You can make all the money, and that's why the reason why I started every other one, started Money Talk with Dr. Lina for a couple of months, and I realized that, you know what? Okay, now that you have the money, to what end? People make money. I mean, if money does really buy that happiness 100%, then we shouldn't be having the wealthy, the top 1% and the 1%, ending it all, right? It means that there's something still missing, right? And that's why I created Lifestyle with Dr. Lina, because that's supposed to, I just talked about self-actualization. For me, I want to, walk in the walk bound, WHO, something. It's just self-actualization. It's not like I need it for anything, but it's just something that I just want to do. Something of that nature, being impactful, being able to give back to community, thinking about your health, drinking water, knowing where the gap is, doing your wellness check periodically, and just having an holistic life, knowing when to say that, what, I've been working too hard, I need to stop. Going on vacation, traveling, seeing the world, seeing the other chapters of the world, or other chapters of the book, versus having just seen one book and not missing the other books of the world. So that as we're doing all of this, as we are living our lives, let us live an intentional life. And the process of you living an intentional life, that, okay, you have to pay your credit cards. You have to, you need to know when to pay it off. You need to know that, okay, you don't need to impress any other person. You don't need to pressure any other person, because nobody cares about you, right? Think about yourself. Put yourself in the middle. And that's why I was telling my friend Normal Pat earlier. They say, okay, I take your friends and family, but how about you? How about you? There has to be something for you in everything, because if you don't have it, you cannot give it. I was saying something. I said, it's just about, you have to love yourself. We're talking about this on Valentine's Day. You have to be able to love yourself before you can even be able to love others. Before you cannot give what you don't have. You have to be a happy person to be able to. That's why you have some frustrated boss, because a boss is already frustrated. Then it transfers it to you. And then it becomes an unhealthy and unhappy environment. That's why it's very important. You need to be like, you cannot give what you don't have. So think about your own mental health. Think about your financial peace. Like Stephanie said earlier, having trust, having your emergency fund, having your, your life insurance, all those kind of things, very, very critical. Such that that, okay, even if anything happens, I know that my children can be taken care of, my family can be taken care of, right? And those are the things that would make you have all-round peace, and then, of course, take care of yourself. Put yourself number one, because if you're not in there, if you are not here, every other thing doesn't matter. It starts with you. It starts with you. And that's what is most important. It starts with you. And that's what I'll be using to wrap up today. It's really been an amazing one. We didn't have to teach today. We just get to meet ourselves. We talked about everything and anything, I enjoyed every bit of it. I think we should be doing this sometime 1 or 2 times, maybe over the weekend or whenever. If you guys enjoy it, let me know. Put in the comments if you enjoy this session versus me just teaching and just looking at the board and we're just talking about money, money, money. Who wants us to introduce lifestyle into this, into this life? Have lifestyle as one of the things that we discuss about. So we talk about money and we talk about lifestyle. Who likes that? Put in the comment section. If you like that, money, okay, it was fun watching today live though. Awesome. So it means that you like the lifestyle and money, right? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much to be Daisy. It's really and no more parts, okay? Consider subscribe if you haven't. Also TikTok, YouTube, TikTok and Instagram, and there. Money Talk with Dr. Lina, Lifestyle with Dr. Lina. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Make sure that your money is working harder than you do, and make sure you are taking care of yourself. Okay? I love you all and really appreciate all the time with me, and it's a pleasure. And I will see you tomorrow, both on TikTok and on Instagram. Bye. God bless you, my friend. God bless you, everyone.